Motivating students is a difficult but a necessary aspect of teaching that teachers must consider. Many may have led classes where everyone is engaged, motivated, and really excited to learn, but have also led classes where I'm sure students were distracted, disinterested, and reluctant to engage. And you probably have had classes that are a mix of the two. Most educators assume that graded assignments, assessments can motivate students enough towards making them more responsible and excited for their future. Welcome to episode 56 of the Teacher Rockstar podcast, a place where tips and strategies critical to the new teacher are discussed. I'm your host, Steve Hiles, and in today's episode, I want to talk about the importance of creating a vision board for yourself as a teacher and how to teach your kids how to do the same. How vision boards can positively affect your class, help your students. Overall, vision boards are a great tool that can help you achieve your goals, enrich your life, and influence others. That being said, let's go ahead and dive right in. Goal setting obviously is an important life skill that is never too early to start developing. Learning to set goals teaches kids to take responsibility for themselves. They learn that their actions determine whether they fail or succeed. Goal setting also builds self-confidence. When kids reach their goals, they learn to believe in their abilities and are more likely to set new goals for themselves in the future. So, before we talk about the benefits of a vision board and how to make one and more, let's find out what a vision board really is. Now, a vision board is a visualization tool that gets students thinking about what they want to accomplish either academically or personally. With a vision board, students create visual representations of goals through a collage of pictures and words. The board serves as a daily reminder of what students want to achieve and helps motivate them to make their vision someday a reality. Now, as far as making a vision board is concerned, there are no really exact set rules that you must follow. It is not a formal assignment, nor does it really have to be. A vision board can be as simple as a sticky note on a calendar or even a marked date with a written note on it. All it has to do is remind you of a certain goal that you have set for yourself. It should be a call to action towards a goal that you have set, or it can be as creative as much as you prefer with the primary reason to remind you that you must achieve that certain goal. Now, speaking of a goal, there are a few things to keep in mind while making a goal, which can help you develop a better vision board, okay? Now, obviously, your goal needs to be realistic, time-bounded, and achievable. What it means is that your goal needs to be something that can be achieved. I mean, it should be real. I mean, let's use this for an example. If you say you want to climb Mount Everest, and that is your goal, well, then, you need to add steps to know exactly how you're going to get there. It should include things such as age, month, or year, why you want to go there, why it's important to you, and are you capable of climbing the most unforgiving incline on earth? And lastly, it should have a cutoff time, a point where you must call it done, or you can state a deadline in which you should be able to complete your goal. Now, we're going to talk about teaching your students how to create a vision board, but before we do so, here's a message from our sponsor. Would you like to supercharge your classroom management skills? Well, if you're a brand new teacher, or perhaps you might be a student teacher, or maybe a teacher returning back into the classroom, well, the Teacher Rockstar course is for you. Gain the confidence, the skills you'll need to crush it on day one and beyond. So invest in yourself and enroll now at teacherrockstaracademy.com. I promise you that this will be a most transformational experience. Okay, moving forward, teaching your kids how to create a vision board for themselves. First, explain to your students the purpose of vision boards and explain what they are not. For example, If a student wants to, let's say, become president of the United States, well, just simply pasting pictures of past presidents is not really the most appropriate thing to do. In other words, it needs to be more involved than that. The student would have to include steps on their board of what previous presidents did, such as college or law school, campaigning, being willing to socialize with thousands of people throughout their careers. Now, there's nothing wrong with dreaming big, but vision boards for students need to be highly detailed, and those details need to have a deep significance to the student who made the board. So, just simply pasting pictures on the board is not really the thing that you want to do. Okay, you want specific steps on how you're going to get from point A to point B. Now, explain to your students that vision boards don't simply work by being made. Once all the image searching, cutting, and pasting had been done, they need to understand that vision boards are most effective, obviously, when they're seen every day. Teach your kids to have clear intentions for what they want to achieve. And again, be very, very specific. Okay? They could always edit their boards in the future to include new images or words. Now, once your students have completed their vision boards, it's important that they be placed where they can be visually accessed by your kids every day, even multiple times a day. If you're in a traditional classroom, hanging their boards all around the class might be appropriate, and make them a regular part of your planning and teaching day. Now, let's say you're in a virtual classroom. Well, then you could have your kids just simply hang their boards in their bedrooms, or even better, while they sit during class so that all students can see their goals. Okay? Now, vision boards for students are a great way to introduce all kinds of new or existing material into the classroom. Discussions about everything from geography to history to science to language arts. That's because each of your students will have different dreams and thoughts displayed on their boards, and these are sure to cover much ground in all these different areas. For example, let's say a student wants to be a doctor. Well, he or she might want to lead a classroom conversation about anatomy, or a student interested in becoming the mayor may want to open up a discussion about the local town's history. Use these various interests to your advantage in creating classroom conversations, which will also make students feel more seen, understood, and special. Now, vision boards for students are also a great way to encourage short-term goal setting for the semester or school year. If these are the kinds of vision boards you'd like to see your kids make, have them think about where they would like to be in the next 12 months, rather than where they'd like to see themselves as adults. Have them include pictures and phrases for their boards that suggest success, where they might be struggling in school or where they would like to see themselves do better academically. You could even encourage your shy students to become more outspoken by including pictures of their favorite singers, actors, and other outspoken figures. The important thing here is that you be there for your students as they work on their boards, encouraging them to research what they want to accomplish over a given period. Now, this process will help you get to know your students as well. So creating vision boards at the beginning of the school year or semester is both fun and informative for you as an educator. Vision boards are also an excellent way for students to get to know each other because it shows them who is interested in what and what they might all have in common. Moving forward, we will discuss the benefits of having a vision board, but before we do, let's hear a word from our sponsor. I want you to imagine having access to educational products, instructional videos, top-rated teacher podcasts, and articles worth over $1,000 for just pennies a day. Wouldn't that be just awesome? Well, the best part is you get a 7-day free trial, so really, what do you have to lose? Go and check it out. Take a look around. Go to myteachermembership.com. Yes, that's myteachermembership.com. And I will be adding more and more products each and every month, and you're going to love being part of this teacher membership community. Okay, let's continue. A vision board, my friend, has several benefits, okay? Each incredibly important or valuable in their own right. A vision board creates an emotional connection that motivates you. This works especially well if you make your vision board more than just pictures, okay? Make it also about the emotions connected with your vision and the sensory experience of it. What sounds, smells, and sights are associated with a particular aspect of your vision? A vision board is only as beneficial as the work you're willing to put into it, so dig in and make it as thorough, exciting, and detailed as possible. A vision board makes real the dream in your mind, so begin to believe it's possible. When you make something clearer and concrete in your own mind, it feels more real and attainable. You start to believe that, hey, I just might be able to make this happen. That's one of the most powerful benefits of a vision board. No matter what you believe about yourself, no matter how much self-doubt you may have, a vision board done right will slowly begin to transform your inner belief system into one which is more confident, certain, self-motivated. A vision board helps you clarify what you want out of your life because it forces you to put something down as you reflect on your vision board every day. Certain things pull on you and others become increasingly tiresome. Go in the direction of those that pull you and don't be afraid of modifying your vision over time. You remember we said before, it's not a static display by no means, okay? You could add to your vision boards, okay? You can live in a big castle by the cliff or drive a Lamborghini. You can visit the most exotic places on earth and travel first class. In other words, my friend, you're not bound by the restrictions of the physical world. Instead, you can freely think whatever possibility you want. This limitless thinking will make you unleash your inner greatness to achieve something that is truly deep within you. Let's take the Wright brothers for an example. They invented the airplane many, many years ago because they visualized and imagined that human beings can fly in their head before they made it real. Well, this brings us to the end of today's episode. I want to thank you for listening to the Teacher Rockstar podcast. I'm your host, Steve Hiles. And again, we hope you've enjoyed listening to these tips and strategies regarding vision boards. When you get a moment, visit my blog and subscribe to my newsletter for the latest educational research, best practices, and unadvertised free bonuses. Go to stevesclassroomresources.blogspot.com. And don't forget to subscribe to us at the Teacher Rockstar Podcast. And if you'd like to support us, by all means, feel free to share our podcast with others, post about us on social media, or leave a rating and review. That would be greatly appreciated. Thanks again. We'll see you same time, same place next week. And remember, my friend, you got this.